Hi, good morning. So I am Vaishnavi and I will be discussing about my FYP project's progress today. So I'm sure all of you read the news on a more regular basis, but have you ever wondered how nice it would be if you could actually read about these events happening around us in a more real-time manner, and if this news itself is very accurate? So these are two different criteria which we are actually trying to achieve in our project. We have identified that there's a huge potential to extract disaster related news events from the vast amount of information that is available on social media. From our research, we found that there's a huge proportion of people who get information about calamities or post eyewitness information on a newsworthy event immediately on their social media account. Our goal is hence to extract these disaster news from social media. We're specifically using Twitter for our project. Our objectives are to scrape the data from Twitter, extract the tweets on a real time basically, and store this in a database, and then we will develop a machine learning algorithm that will detect the fake news from the actual news, basically filter out spam. And lastly, we will build a UI that will showcase the events on a map for the users to visualize and interact with the events that are happening across the world. There are obviously a lot of similar works that are happening on this topic, but a lot of them fail to deliver events in a timely manner. Also, there's a lack of visualization projects in this topic. Even the few that are there, they focus on delivering the trends on Twitter and not exactly the actual events happening around the world. Until now, we've made some progress. We've managed to scrape the tweets from Twitter using Tweepy, which is an open source Twitter API. We did initial research on this data that we crawled. We tried to analyze what proportion of the people are actually using location enabled settings on their tweets. We tried to understand what country creates the most number of tweet streams, especially regarding disaster events. So this will allow us to actually narrow the scope for our project. So we're currently working on developing a machine learning algorithm which will detect the events. And for that, first we need to work on developing a mechanism which can pinpoint the most important words in a tweet. For instance, if there is a burst of data with similar meaning such as protest and in a similar location, then we'll consider that as an event. So to put it simply, we're considering the semantic coherence and the spatiotemporal burstiness of the tweets. Our next step would be working on developing the UI from December onwards, and from January onwards we'll be working on the testing. So this was our project, and we're actually, to conclude once again, we're aiming to provide a robust mining of disaster events using social media. Thank you.